David Suzuki, the millionaire environmental lobbyist, owes his fame and fortune to the Canadian government, which has given him about 40 years of paychecks, and more importantly, 40 years of taxpayer-funded publicity on their TV shows. The CBC keeps Suzuki's salary a secret, but his so-called charity, the David Suzuki Foundation, discloses its budget every year. It raked in just under $12 million last year, $1 million a month. And then there's Suzuki's outrageous speaking fees, about 30 grand a pop, plus expenses, often to some other taxpayer-funded group like a university. He lives large for a man who tells the rest of us to live smaller. His double-lot home in Vancouver on luxurious Point Grey Road has gone up in value by $4 million in the last 2 years alone. It's now worth $12.6 million. His property tax alone was nearly $35,000 last year. Let me say that again. David Suzuki's property tax is more than your entire rent. His home is worth 8 figures. Katy Perry's luxury home, check this out, cost $6 million. So David Suzuki's home is twice as luxurious as one of America's leading pop stars. Oh, and it's one of the 4 properties that he owns. He owns 3 others. He actually co-owns one of those other properties with an oil company, but he's against oil. So what's my point here? Well, the CBC's government comedians at a show called Punchline thought they'd make a little fun of St. Suzuki. Really? Wow, that's so rare. I mean, comedy is transgressive. It mocks the powerful. It exposes hypocrisy. Are they really going to turn their cannons on their own CBC co-worker? No, is the answer. Here, read some of their government comedy. It's styled as news satire. Let me read it to you. Environmentalist and national treasure David Suzuki says he's growing impatient, waiting for Canadians to take climate change seriously, and that he's been forced to take a drastic step to compensate for his country's ambivalence. This morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time, Suzuki firmly stapled his left nostril shut in order to cut his personal carbon emissions by roughly 50%. It's come to this, he says, as he casually rescues 14 endangered whales with his bare hands. That's comedy, folks. It goes on and on and on like that. I won't punish you twice. You've already paid for this through your taxes, but I won't punish you again by making you listen to it. Look, it's hard being funny, but taking pompous, self-righteous celebrities down a peg is actually pretty easy. Suzuki is a multi-millionaire with 4 homes, while he lectures us about carbon footprints. I thought the CBC's government journalists are the worst. I mean, they're left-wing, pro-liberal propagandists. But I guess the only thing that's more cringe-inducing are government comedians trying to polish the boots of their bosses. For the Rebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant.